How to manage home staging clients' expectations. So if you find yourself working with clients who feel a little bit underwhelmed or you're in a dispute with, it's not always got to do with your staging, your abilities, or you personally. What it can be is that you haven't managed their expectations from the start well enough. And this is where we get into a challenging sort of communication with our client because ours hasn't been clear. Now, I still am not managing some of my clients' expectations correctly. So this is always a learning curve. Even just the other day, I felt like I should have said something that would have been clearer and I never. So what we're going to do in today's video is I'm going to share with you what that was and also the 3 ways that you can manage your clients' expectations much clearer and have overwhelmed and not underwhelmed. Let's dive in. So I found throughout my business, I've had clients that have been so delighted, overwhelmed, in tears, and I've had a few clients that have been underwhelmed, even recently, which I'm going to share with you why that was. It wasn't because I'm bad at staging. We stage over 400 a year, but it's because we were not clear enough in our communication. So because home staging is a newer industry, a lot of people don't know what to expect. It's then our responsibility to be very clear what to expect from our service. Otherwise, we're going to end up with upset clients, which ultimately will upset you too. So here's how to be super clear. Let's dive in. Now, the first thing you want to do is always protect yourself in your contract. You want to be clear enough in your contract because that is a signed document that will always protect you financially and from any legal dispute. Now, we never really obviously want to get there with a client, but it's so much easier to come back and speak to them and share with them that they actually signed across that they were happy with what you provided. Now, one of the main clauses in this contract which is going to protect you, and one of the main reasons why someone is maybe underwhelmed, is the amount of furniture you've put in, or they may not like certain pieces. On that contract, have it very, very clear that everything that you place into the property isn't to the client's personal taste. It is to your company's discretion to what goes into the property, because at the end of the day, you're designing this for the ideal client, the purchaser of the property, rather than the client, it's him or herself. So make sure that is super clear. And if your client did come back and say, I don't like that cushion, I don't like that artwork, then politely remind them that actually it was signed in the contract that they have no personal input. You are the professional that's been hired in to carry out this transformation, and your say is the final. Now, the second reason why you may have an underwhelmed client is what I alluded to earlier about the home staging industry being relatively new. Now, when I first launched my business, I actually originally named it Live Interiors, and I did a full YouTube video on why I done that and also why I changed it. But the main reason was because home staging was not that well known in the UK. I felt like people were expecting me to provide an interior design service at a home staging price, which is a totally different price. They were expecting me to come in and put wallpaper up and really design the whole home. And that was not the service that I was offering. And they still wanted it for the other price. And the mistake I was referring to even the other day is that we often call our team who go in and do the cushions and the artwork, we call them designers. And again, this caused a misconception that we were sending an interior designer in to design their home. So we've now since changed their name to stylists and stagers because ultimately that's their job role. Now, before I go on to point 3, go click that subscribe button because I have so much content for you on how to grow your home staging business. The final way to avoid underwhelm and give overwhelm is to list everything that you're providing to your client. Be very specific on the quantity of each item, and then when we send that quote over, we put it in bold writing that if they agree to that quote, that's what they are going to be provided with on the day. This avoids the awkward conversation of them expecting more furniture than there is. I've had clients come into a stage and ask where the chests of drawers and the wardrobes and the TV is. And that's not something we provide because I don't feel like it's necessary to sell your home. We're there to show the lifestyle and the space that's on offer. And we do not need those items. And it was clearly shown on their quote. Now, here is an opportunity to over-deliver and overwhelm your client, and that is providing more than what's on the quote. So instead of itemizing all the extra things you think it may need, then bring them as a little additional and highlight them to your client that this is something extra that we went above and beyond in. That's how we create overwhelm, not underwhelm, clear expectations and communication from day one. So if you're ready to grow your home staging business, I have a free invitation for you to join me on my 7-day Ditch the Day Job challenge, where I'm going to share with you to say goodbye to that 9-to-5 and hello to a full-time home staging business. Just go to ditchthedayjob.com. I'll see you there.